Hey guys, in this video I'm going to introduce you to our dynamic creative method. So the dynamic creative method is a little bit more complex than the KISS method, but ultimately they're all really easy. So this one is just focused more so on dynamic ads. So the only difference is you're not going to be using a single creative. You're going to be letting Facebook sort your creatives and pick the best ones for your interest targeting. So that's what a dynamic ad is. A dynamic ad, you put in 5 images, 5 headlines, 5 ad copy, and it will just mix and match until it finds the best combo to show to your interest targeting. So let's get into it. First, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go over here and create an ad with the green button. Then it's going to take you to this screen or this screen, but what you're going to want to do is go to the guided creation because that's what I'm going to show you today. And they're both the exact same, by the way, so it doesn't really matter if you want to use the other one, but just make sure you know what you're doing. So like we're saying before, you always want to select conversions for your campaign objective because that's the first step, is just selecting your campaign objective. So select conversions and then just call your campaign pretty much whatever your offer is. That's just a general rule. It's what I do. So if I'm going to be doing, backyard revolution, I'm just going to call my campaign backyard revolution, and we're going to leave everything else default. So we're just going to click continue. So it's going to take us to this screen over here. Now it's going to ask us to select our pixel. So I'm just going to go do that. So the pixel, quit 9 to 5's pixel, and the conversion event, we're going to select purchase. There it is. So again, I'll just mention that this is red because the pixel is unused. It's never seen a purchase go through yet, so it's just going to be red. Once a purchase goes through, it's going to turn green. So if yours look like this and you just haven't used them yet, that's completely fine. If you start seeing purchases go through and your pixel is like this, then there's a problem and you're going to want to go back and figure out where you messed up. So what we're going to want to do is go to our dynamic creative, and we're going to want to just toggle this on. So clicked it and then click continue. So we're going to scroll down now and select our targeting. So I'm going to go United States as a default. And we're going to select men 30 to 65 plus. Who are into solar energy. Okay. So we're going to scroll down. I'm just going to leave it to automatic placements at a $20 daily budget. So just going to go down a little bit further and select 1 day click from here. But you can do whatever you want for this. It's really up to you. And we're just going to click continue. Actually, we can go back and we're going to name this really quick. So we're going to say US 30 to 65 plus and solar energy. So like previously mentioned, you're going to want to name your ad set pretty much just what you've targeted. This is an easy way to make sure that you're just keeping tabs on everything. So now that we've got this entered, I'm just going to copy this and we're going to go to the ad over here. So I'm just going to paste it in. So now the names are going to match. Now it's going to ask you to select your Facebook page. So the greater purpose is the page that I want to use. So I just selected it. And your Instagram account right here should be the default. So now the format, it says dynamic creative is enabled. Multiple ads will be automatically generated using your individual creative assets. So we're going to just scroll down, just make sure that image or video is selected, and we're going to want image for this. So I'm going to click on upload images, and I'm going to upload not one, but 5 images, because that's how dynamic ads work. Like I said, they're going to cycle between all of your creatives. So you want to put a bunch of images on there, a bunch of ad copy, a bunch of headlines, and you want to let it do the heavy lifting for you. So we're just going to go add those right now. Can only add them one at a time, so I'm just going to go back in and do that. All right, so I've got 5 images in there, as you can see. So it's just going to cycle between these once I publish. Just going to scroll down. Now we're going to put in our text. So I'm just going to open up my swipe file. Just going to highlight the text and copy it so that I can paste it in here. And make sure that all of the copy stays the way it is on the document, because just want to keep it pretty, because this stuff actually does matter. So we're going to click add to add another text. Go back to our swipe file, scroll down, grab the text, and paste it. Add another text, get it from the swipe file, and paste it. And just going to keep going until I've got all 5. Just wanted to fix that copy there because it's supposed to be like this. We'll adjust that. And that's all we got. So sounds good. So now going to plug in the website URL. So now if you guys are on HTML, I've already got my HTML loaded up here. All I've got is a text chemistry thing on my domain right now. So I'm just going to use this for the example. Now my domain is quit9to5demo.com. So text would be the subdomain. But you guys have already set up your landers. So all I'm showing you right now is just go to your site, go through the quiz or whatever else you're doing, and just make sure that it all tracks and it all works before you plug this link in. There's nothing worse than wasting money on a broken site. It's just absolutely terrible. So now that I've got that, made sure that everything works, I'm just going to paste the URL in the website URL field, and we're good to go for that. So now for you ClickFunnels users, I'm just going to show you where to go grab it. So I'm just going to go to funnels and just going to click on one of the only funnels I have in here. So this is the link that you guys are going to want to grab. So it's right here inside the funnel that you want to use. So again, just make sure that everything works before you plug this in. Go to the site, go through the qualifier or whatever else. Just make sure all the buttons work and you're tracking. And then we're going to go back here and we would post the link in there. So just like that. Now we're going to go grab our headlines from the swipe file. So headline, copy it and paste it, and click the add button. And then we're going to scroll up to our next headline, copy it and paste it, click add, go back to our swipe file for the second headline, and our last headline. So now we can add another button. So I'm just going to put shop now. And for newsfeed link description, I'm going to go back, grab these. There might not be newsfeed link descriptions in the swipe file because some just don't have them, some creatives that we've given you. So if they do have them, go plug them in. So none, none, and none. All right, so it looks like we're all plugged in. All we need to do now is add the tracking parameter. So just like we showed you, TID equals add one. So I'm just gonna make sure that we're not gonna put the question mark here just because Facebook automatically adds it. So just want a reminder. So now it seems like we've got all of our stuff in there. Just gonna do a once over and just make sure that it's all good. So we've got our Facebook page in there, Instagram page. We've got our 5 images in here. So all 5 images. We've got all of our text in there. So just make sure that there's no little mistakes in there that you want to correct. We've got our website. We've got our 5 or 4 headlines. And we've got a couple buttons as well as a news feed link description. Take out the period on this one. All right, so that looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish this. So now that the ad's been published, we've got our campaign called Backyard Revolution. And inside our campaign, we have our ad set. So with our targeting in it, so we have solar energy, US 30 to 65. And then inside of the ad set, we've got our dynamic ad. So we've got the ad that's going to have our 5 images, our 4 texts, 4 headlines, a couple buttons, and a newsfeed link description. So again, the most important part about this whole method is the dynamic ad is going to mix and match these creatives together. So it might pick this image to go with this text, to go with this headline, and then it'll start mixing them up between each other to see which combo is going to convert the absolute best for people who are into solar energy. Okay, so what we're going to do in this method, we're going to go back to the ad set tab and we're going to do 2 more duplicates, exact copies of this targeting. So just going to do it in the original campaign. So I'm going to duplicate this. And these are going to be exact copies of this. I'm going to even delete this so it says copy. And all we're going to do is go over here to the ads and we're going to change the tracking IDs. So we're going to scroll all the way down to the tracking ID, and this one is going to be ad 2. And we're going to go edit the third one and call this ad 3. All right, so now I'm going to explain to you guys why we're doing this. Why would we do 3 exact copies of the exact same targeting when we already have 1? Well, this is why. So I'm going in here and I'm going to show you solar energy. So 3.9 million people are into solar energy. So 3.9 million people is going to cost a lot of money to go through all that 3.9 million. So you're obviously not going to do that for your $20 daily budget. You're not even going to come close, not even anywhere near that. So it's going to take you a lot of ad spend to get there. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to find a little pocket of traffic within that 3.9 million that converts really well. So remember how we taught you guys about users and data points. So there's users within there, within the solar energy targeting, that are just going to convert extremely well. And there's also users with data points within the solar energy interests that are going to convert like crap. And they're just never going to buy and they're going to just cost you money. So the reason we do this, the 3 copies, is because the way the Facebook algorithm is programmed is this, this, and this, because they are the exact same, can never enter into the exact same auctions. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Because these are exact duplicates of each other, the Facebook algorithm does not allow them to participate in the exact same auctions as each other. This is so that you don't end up bidding yourself up in the auction and just kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Now, because we know that this is a fact that you cannot enter the same auctions with these 3, we're going to leverage this to our advantage, and we're going to make sure that since they're each searching in different pockets of traffic, one of these is most likely going to find a really good pocket of traffic, and the other 2 are probably not, or maybe they will, but usually not. So what we're going to do is, once we see that one of these is in a good pocket of traffic, we're going to shut off the other 2 and then just let the one that fell into the good pocket of traffic run. Because the way the Facebook pixel works is, once it finds something that's working, it just sticks to it and finds similar users with similar data points. So pretty much once it starts working, it's not going to stop working for at least a little while. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of our solar energies and we're going to duplicate it. So create 3 copies of this, because we're going to change the targeting on these. So I just created 3 duplicates, and we're going to go down and we're going to change our targeting on all 3. So see, there's 3 selected here. Super easy. All we got to do is just change the targeting. So I'm going to look in suggestions. Obviously you guys have your sheet, so pull up your sheet, plug in some natural, unnatural targets from where you were looking. But for the sake of this example, I'm just going to go easy and just do, efficient energy use, for example. So now I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to change the name. Efficient energy use. I'm going to copy this and we're going to go over to our ads tab. Just going to edit all 3 of these and paste the name in, so efficient energy use. Then I'm going to select one at a time just to change the tracking ID. So clicking edit on this one, we'll select it only. And we're going to scroll down. So this will be ad 4. This will be ad 5. And this will be ad 6. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to let all 6 of these ads run. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to let it get to about 1-to-1 of your CPA, meaning whatever the vendor is going to pay you out in terms of a commission, that's how much you want to spend on these ads before you shut them off. So we're not going to spend, let's say your CPA is 40 bucks. You're not going to spend 40 bucks on this one and on this one and on this one. You're going to just spend $40 in the single interest. So solar energy combined, you're going to spend that $40. And once the combined spend gets there, if you haven't made a sale in any 3 of these, shut them all off. If you've made a sale in one but not the 2 others, keep the one and shut the 2 others. If you've made 2 sales, just kill the one that didn't work and just let them run. So it's the same for efficient energy use as well. So if we spent $20, or if we spent $40 total between these 3, we're going to shut off the ones that haven't made sales and we're going to keep the ones that have made sales. So pretty much, again, for the 3rd time, the whole point of this method is to let Facebook optimize your creatives at the ad level. So your dynamic ad is going to make sure that it serves your best combo to the interest that you've targeted. And this is a really, really good method for kind of letting Facebook do some of the work. All you got to worry about is your targeting and your risk management. So that means shutting ads off at the right time and just creating new ones. And that's all there is to it.